I was fortunate enough to get my hands on the Blackmagic 6K Pro. It's an incredible camera. I've been using it the last couple weeks, and I want to share with you my initial impressions in under 5 minutes. So let me quickly tell you my experience with the Blackmagic cinema cameras. Last summer, I purchased the 4K after much debate between the 4K and the 6K. I went with the 4K because I had an EF speed booster from a previous camera, so it just made more sense for me financially to go with that. I did have to spend some additional money to rig out to my liking, getting a monitor, an external battery source, and all that stuff. So had the 6K Pro been out during that time, I might have had a more difficult decision. This camera really just packs all those different features that I'm missing from the 4K. And for me, what I really love about the camera is that it's ready to go right out of the box. So it's no secret that the LP6 batteries just do not last long on the pocket cameras. So they decided to put the new, I always forget the name, NP-F55 batteries into these, which gets you about 20 minutes longer in my experience on the field. I definitely noticed that I got a lot more battery life with this. And then the second thing is these internal ND filters. Now, if you're like me, I shoot a lot of sports, I'm shooting outside, and ND really just is a must. And so not having to have a variable ND filter to pop on your lens, take it off, switch it out, use step-up rings, all that good stuff. Having it built in on the camera just makes it so much easier for run and gun shooting. And then the run and gun shooting, now this camera has the flip out screen, which on the 4K, obviously it's just baked in right into the unit, which can make it difficult to get certain angles or have to deal with in the sun as it gets very bright outside. And so this allows me to get some lower angles, hold it up high. It doesn't flip out all the way, so you can vlog on it, unfortunately, but those three new features really just made a difference for me in that I could really use this camera right out of the box. Now, to accessories that I would recommend are the battery grip. If you shoot a lot of interviews, I would highly recommend it. You can put 3 batteries total into it. And so if you're shooting longer form interviews, you don't have to worry about switching them out, missing a sound bite. And so I would definitely recommend that if you're shooting interviews. Now, they also have the viewfinder. It runs for about 500 bucks, so it's a little pricey, but again, if you're like me, shooting outside a lot, you need that just extra help to nail focus, and I would definitely recommend that. And you can always do it in stages, right? You could get the grip first, save up, and get the viewfinder later. 3 things I wanna note just on my experience using the 6K Pro so far. I opted to go with a CFast card on my 4K. I had the cage with the SSD, but again, using this out of the box, I just like having the CFast card in there. The second would be if you're doing a lot of Ronin or gimbal work, I did have to purchase a counterweight on the Ronin S to balance it out to the side. So that was one thing I wasn't sure if I needed, but I figured I would get it because the unit is bigger, and that counterweight worked out quite well for me. And then the last thing is, I didn't know this, I believe it was known before, but you can't shoot 4K RAW on the 6K. You can only shoot 6K in the B-RAW and only ProRes in 4K. So I'm pretty sure that was known before. I either forgot about it because I used it before, just didn't know. And so that's just one thing to know. Now, the big question, should you purchase the 6K Pro? And I would say yes. Couple things. If you're coming from the 4K, you're looking to take that next step, but stay in the same line, the same family, I would definitely recommend going to the 6K Pro over this just normal 6K because the additional features that I mentioned are worth it in itself. And then from there, you have a really nice A-cam, B-cam setup. I still really do love the 4K for what it offers, but you'll be able to edit and everything will look pretty much the same for the most part between going with those 2 cameras. And then I would say if you're looking to just get into the Blackmagic line, if you have the budget, I would definitely go for the 6K Pro over the rest of the cameras. Now, if you are under budget constraints, like most people are, I would definitely go starting off with the 4K and then maybe work your way up, do a couple of jobs, and then get to that 6K Pro. And so overall, I really love this camera. It's a little bit heavier, but I love being able to take it out. You've got a little extra weight. Really excited to use this more in the coming weeks as I get kind of more reps, more projects with it. I'll be rolling out different pieces that I'll be shooting on with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments, would love to answer them below. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.